Hey there, everyone. You know, with Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5 coming out very shortly, or it already being out, whichever is the case, got me a bit nostalgic for the old days, so I'm going to talk as briefly as I can about Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, 3, and the HD remake.
Start sometime. What better place than here? What better time than now?
Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 was released in 2000 for multiple systems that spanned into a year for the PlayStation 1, the Dreamcast, Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advanced, and even the Xbox. And it was a pretty simple, semi-open world skateboarding sandbox game, if you could describe it as such. And I really wasn't introduced to this game until, well, actually right around that time, really. I don't even think I had a PS2 yet, to be honest. Back in the 80s, when I was a kid, I was a bit of a skateboarder. I wasn't very good at it, but nonetheless, I was into it. And so much later on, from my cousins, they sent me a copy of Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2. And the only other skating game I had played were the Skate or Die games back in the day. So this was my reintroduction, and boy was it a lot of fun. Now, in regathering footage for this and doing a little bit of research, i.e. looking up on Wikipedia, the game, in terms of looks, has not aged very well at all. A lot of the characters are very heavily pixelated, and there can be some pretty bad formatting from time to time when you're skating around these areas. But nonetheless, the game still handles very well. The controls are still very smooth and very tight, very responsive. Thankfully, you don't have to use the analog stick. You can just use the control pad for moving your character about and performing all the moves, and it never feels janky or anything like that. What was always fun about Tony Hawk was that you could create a character, and you could also even create your own fun little levels of your own design. You could power up your character or even other characters that you want to play through as. And that's pretty much it. You could also play with a friend if you wanted to. And this, of course, led into Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. I remember when this one came out, my friend and I, we played it quite a bit. I can't remember which we played more, 2 or 3, but 2 was my introduction, and 3 was just extra icing on top of the cake. And 3 was quite a bit of fun. It still brought back the whole being able to create a character and be able to create a level. It just looked a lot better, and it ran a lot faster, and I don't remember any real subtle enhancements or anything like that other than the look and the run of the game, where everything just looked really good. You could still create your own skater, you could still create your own levels. And what was pretty cool about the Tony Hawk Pro Skater games in general was that whenever you played a level, you could cycle through any one of the songs and just play whatever song you wanted on a level. In fact, on Pro Skater 3, because of the Xbox, you could input your own playlist. If I remember that correctly, that was something that was unique about the Xbox, was that you could take one of your very own CDs from your own library, copy it into the Xbox, and then for certain games that had that capability, Pro Skater being one of them, you could have your own music playing in the background of a level. I don't remember if that is accurate. You could also edit the playlist of the songs on Pro Skater 3. And that was pretty damn cool, too. Oh, by the way, this is a quick little thing that I need to mention. When I was trying to gather footage for Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 on my 360, because I don't own an original Xbox anymore, I had to actually go out and buy an AV connection cable for the 360 just so I could properly play and record Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3. No joke, when you try to play it via HD cable connection, all you get is the big Xbox logo on your television. You still get all the sound and everything, but you can't actually see the game. So, yeah, that's a bit of a mark against it. Nonetheless, though, it's still a good game. I would prefer to be able to find this, though, on the PS2 so that I could play it properly without having to take out my HD and then rehook this ugly-looking beast again. Frickin' technology. Sadly, though, Pro Skater kind of fell by the wayside eventually thanks to, well, the ride, really. Or at least that is something that a lot of people tend to put blame on, was what the ride did with its ridiculous peripheral. Though I stopped playing a long time before then. I just got a little burnout and I just didn't care anymore. And by the time we got the HD remake, I did get interested again. And I did buy it when it came out. I didn't play it that much. The only thing that was really unique about the HD remake was that you could bring over your avatar in to play it. But this is a very watered-down HD remake. From what I understand, it's supposed to be a combination of Pro Skater 1 and 2 just combined, with levels and music. But there is a lot that's cut. You can no longer create your own skater. You can bring in your avatar, but my current avatar is not on there. My avatar from when I played the game 3 years ago is there. I couldn't figure out if I could import my new avatar or what. And what's also gone is the level creator, and you can't cycle through any of the music anymore either. It's all the same music from the first 2 games, but you can't change any of it at any time during any of the levels. So, that's a tad disappointing. And I mean, it's a good game, but while I was playing, I couldn't help but feel like the controls felt really floaty. More or less while I was playing as my avatar. Like, it didn't feel very responsive, it felt a tad slow at times. And it's kind of funny, too, when you think about it, because here, a 15-year-old game holds up better in control and fun-wise than a game made 3 years ago. That's a funny little thing to think about. So, with Pro Skater 5 being out currently, I wonder what's new, other than, obviously, the look, where it's going to be all smooth and crisp and all that. I don't have a whole lot of interest in playing it. Be honest, I'd be more interested in going back and just playing a lot of these old titles, which I have a lot of memories with. And I remember having a shit ton of fun in playing these. So, and considering that you can get these for dirt cheap at just about any really good video game pawn shop that you can find. Well, anyway, everybody, this has been my brief retrospective on the Tony Hawk Pro Skater series. I did play a few of the other ones. I played one of the Undergrounds when it first came out, and I remember my buddy Andy, who I also used to play this game a lot with, that I know that he enjoyed it, and I played it for a bit, and I was enjoying it. Eventually, I just got tired and kind of burned out of it, and was just playing other stuff. We'd kind of like to know, what are your guys' thoughts? Are you guys really excited for Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5 or anything like that? Please let me know in the comments section. You can follow me on Twitter at JMRT709. Hope that you guys have enjoyed. See you next time.